Okay, we're going to continue on in the Apocrypha. This is the Wisdom of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 1. If you do a kindness, know to whom you are doing it, and you will be thanked for your good deeds. And if you do a kindness to a godly man, you will be repaid, if not by him, yet by the Most High. The man who persists in evil will not prosper, nor the man who will not give to charity. Give to the godly man, and do not help the sinner. Do kindness to the humble-minded, and do not give to the ungodly. Hold back his bread and do not give it to him, so that he may not come to control you with it. For you will experience twice as much evil as all the good you do to him. For the Most High hates sinners, and will take vengeance on the ungodly. Give to the good man, and do not help the sinner. A friend cannot be proved in prosperity, nor an enemy concealed in adversity. When a man prospers, his enemies are grieved, and when he is unfortunate, even his friends separate from him. Never trust your enemy, for his wickedness is like bronze that rusts. Even if he acts humbly and goes about bent over, look out for yourself and be on your guard against him. You must be to him like a man who wipes a mirror clean, and you must make sure that it is not all covered with rust. Do not place him at your side, or he may overthrow you and take your place. Do not seat him at your right hand, or he may try to get you to learn the truth of what I say and be stung by my words. Who pities a snake charmer when he is bitten, or all those who have to do with wild animals? In the same way, who will pity a man who approaches a sinner and mingles with his sins? He will stay with you for a while, but if you fall, he will not hold out. An enemy will speak sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he will plan to throw you into a pit. An enemy will shed tears with his eyes, but if he gets a chance, he cannot get blood enough. If misfortune overtakes you, you will find him there before you. And while he is pretending to help you, he will trip you. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper a great deal and change his expression towards you. A man who touches pit will get his hands dirty, and the man who associates with a proud person will become like him. Do not lift a load that is too heavy for you, and do not associate with a man stronger or richer than you are. What relation can an earthen pot have with a kettle? The kettle knocks against it, and it is broken into pieces. When a rich man does a wrong, he adds a threat. When a poor man suffers a wrong, he must beg pardon. If you can be useful, he will make you work for him. And if you are in want, he abandons you. As long as you have anything, he will live with you and will strip you bare, but he will feel no distress. If he needs you, he will deceive you and smile upon you and raise your hopes. He will speak you fair and say, "Is there anything you need?" He will shame you with his food until he has impoverished you again and again, and finally he will mock you. Afterward, when he sees you, he will pass you by and shake his head at you. Take care not to be misled and humble through your own folly. When a leading man invites you, be retiring, and he will invite you all the more. Do not press upon him, or you may be pushed away. But do not stand too far off, or you may be forgotten. Do not aim to speak of him as an equal. But do not believe all he says, for he will test you with much conversation, and will examine you with a smile. He who does not keep to himself what is said to him is unmerciful, and will not hesitate to hurt and to bind. Keep them to yourself and take great care, for you are walking with your own downfall. Every creature loves its like, and every man loves his neighbor. All living beings gather with their own kind, and a man associated with another like himself. What companionship can a wolf have with a lamb? Just as much as a sinner with a godly man. What peace can there be between a hyena and a dog? And what peace between a rich man and a poor man? Wild asses are the praise of lions in the wilderness, just as the poor are pasture for the rich. Humility is detestable to the proud, just as a poor man is detestable to a rich one. When a rich man is shaken, he is steadied by his friends. But when a poor man falls down, his friends push him away. When a rich man falls, there are many to help him. He tells secrets, and they justify him. When a humble man falls, they add reproaches. He speaks with understanding, but no place is made for him. When a rich man speaks, everyone keeps silence, and they extol what he says to the clouds. When a poor man speaks, they say, "Who is that?" And if he stumbles, they will help to throw him down. Wealth is good if it carries with no sin, and poverty is called evil by the ungodly. A man's disposition affects his appearance for both good and evil, and a cheerful face is a sign of a happy heart. But it takes painstaking thought to compose proverbs. How happy is a man who makes no slip with his mouth and is not stabbed with sorrow for his sins. Happy is a man whose heart does not condemn him and who has not given up hope. Wealth does not become a niggardly man. And what use is money to an envious man? A man who withholds from himself amasses for others, and others will enjoy his goods. If a man is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? For he will not take any pleasure in his own money. There is nobody worse than the man who is grudging to himself, and that is the penalty of his wickedness. If he does any good, he does it through forgetfulness, and shows his wickedness in the end. He is a wicked man who has an envious eye, turning away his face and pretending not to see human souls. A covetous man's eye is never satisfied with what he gets, and wicked injustice dries up the heart. An evil eye begrudges bread and is in want